Welcome, beautiful garden nerds. Today is a great day because today is our first installment of our new video series called Rooted in Life. And Rooted in Life is where we talk about the analogies and the similarities between plants and humans and the lessons that plants can teach us. So this is something that I've been thinking a lot about over the past few weeks as I've been out here in my yard, specifically as I've been watching my mango trees grow mangoes. This is one of my mango trees behind me. If you look right there, you can see 3 mangoes hanging from the mango tree. As I've been watching this occur over the past few weeks, I've been thinking to myself, isn't it funny that me, a gardener here in Mesa, Arizona, in the middle of the desert, is trying so hard to grow 3 measly mangoes on this small mango tree when somebody across the country in Florida can throw a mango seed down in the ground and 5 years later have a huge tree with hundreds of mangoes with no effort. They make it look easy. How funny is that, right? So then I thought to myself, well, why is it that in Florida you can do that, in Arizona you can't? Well, it's pretty obvious. Right here in Arizona, we don't have an environment conducive to growing mangoes and to growing mangoes easily. In Florida, the environment is very conducive to growing mangoes with very minimal effort. So then I thought to myself, what's the point of even trying to grow mangoes in Arizona if I can't do it nearly as good as somebody who's doing it in Florida? And so that's the lesson I want to talk about today and how we can relate that to ourselves as humans. And let me answer my question first before we move on to us as humans. The reason that I choose to do it here in Arizona, even though somebody can do it so much better in Florida, is because I enjoy it. I enjoy the process. I am not comparing my happiness in growing 3 mangoes against the happiness of a farmer in Florida who grows 3,000 mangoes every year with minimal effort. I think a lot of times in life, we get caught up in comparing ourselves to other people who are in different environments, other people with different upbringings, other people with different opportunities. We compare our happiness against their happiness or their perceived happiness instead of just deriving happiness out of the process. So I was lucky enough at an insurance conference, that's what I do for a living. I was lucky enough to get in a room with about 12 other people for a Q&A with Daymond John. He is one of the sharks from Shark Tank. And he said something that I've thought about often ever since then. He said, there are only 2 things you can control in this life. Those 2 things, the first one is you can control the lens through which you see reality. You can control the lens through which you see things happening. And then after that, you can control how you react to those things. That is it. You don't control anybody else. You don't control anybody else's success or lack of success. You don't control somebody's luck or lack of luck. All you can control is how you see things and how you react to that. All I see, or all I want to see, is the happiness that I derive from growing my own mangoes. And that's the lens through which I look. If I were to look through the lens of comparing myself to the person in Florida who does it so much better and with so much more ease, I would have no happiness. But I choose to derive happiness from viewing it through my own lens, which again is enjoying the process of being out in nature and growing mangoes. Because at the end of the day, I don't want to have a mango tree in the middle of hundreds of thousands of mango trees. Instead, I derive so much more happiness out of growing a beautiful, lush mango tree in the middle of the desert. Because I know how hard I worked for that. And it doesn't matter what anybody else did, because it was myself and it was my own process. So stop looking at others to find your happiness, find out what you want, and just go be happy. Thank you for watching. We will see you in the next installment of Rooted in Life.